Food and wine is a relationship that goes back thousands of years. In fact, you can say that they sort of evolved together. The wines of any particular country probably don't look the same without the cuisines of that country. So take Italy, where tomato-based dishes reign supreme. To match up to the acidity of a tomato, you need high acid, high tannin wines. So you look to the likes of Sangiovese and Nebbiolo. That's where we get the age-old wisdom: what grows together, goes together. I'll tell you where that logic doesn't really apply, and that's in the world of fast food. No, if we want to find the ultimate wine pairing to McDonald's, we're going to have to get a bit more creative. So for each menu item, I've got a couple of ideas. We're going to experiment. We're going to see what goes best. Come with me. Well, the Big Mac was not available, but it's still good. 2 of those bad boys. I always round up. Alright, so to start, we've got the chicken nuggets, then we're going with a fish course, the filet of fish, then we're doing Big Mac, and finishing off with an Oreo McFlurry. Let's go. Yep. Have a good day, see ya. Woo! Okay, so we've arrived at the restaurant, and we're going to get tucked into some chicken McNuggets. There's a fatty, almost creamy chicken mixture in the middle of these with a salty, bready outline. So with fat and cream, you're already a little bit stuck for wine pairing options. You need something with high acidity or high alcohol to cut through all that fat. So I'm choosing acidity as my weapon today. First off, we're going with Cristal champagne. It's about £250 a bottle. Now, a little spanner in the works is that normally you'd eat these little puppies with some sauce, like some barbecue or some ketchup, something that adds a little bit of, sexiness to what is a pretty dry bit of food. But we don't have sauce today. So I've picked something that is A, acidic, but B, might have a little bit of something extra to add in that sauce. So we're going with Cristal champagne. It's the prestige cuvee of Louis Roederer, founded in something like 1750. And it's got searing acidity, so it's going to cut through the fattiness of this chicken nugget. But it's also got dried fruit notes, some brioche, some biscuity notes, some smoky notes. And I was hoping that it might play the role of some barbecue sauce. So there we go. Let's go. It's cold, it's dry, but it will transform. Biscuity, lemon lime, can smell that smoke from the bottle age. That is a match made in heaven. It's surprising that not more people have put these two things together. People are really missing out on a trick. That's good. I would rate that food pairing a solid 9 out of 10. It's got everything it needs. Champagne's just searing through the fatty chicken. There's a decent amount of salt on this. What salt does is it decreases the perception of acid in a wine. So you take a wine that's high acid, pair it with something salty, and suddenly you're able to perceive more of the fruity notes in the wine. Now, I'd planned to do this video completely alone, but it was this point that Elliot, a local radio DJ and a total stranger, by the way, cycled over and asked us what we were up to. So we gave him some food, we gave him some fine wine, and we got stuck into it. Enjoy. Looking at you, I know you're a filet of fish man.
That's insulting.
Filet of fish. Can you hold that for a second?
Yes, certainly.
I need to double check once.
Just done a nice workout, getting the gains in, you know.
Oh, was that you over there on the...
That was me, yeah, that's what you were checking out there. And I saw you guys setting up.
Getting the ab crunch.
Okay.
I was like, who are these guys? Nice, yeah, I've had a great day. I'm supposed to be working. This is me working from working from home.
Yeah, we got a few of those. What's your experience with fillet of fish? You
My
fan?
mum loves a fillet of fish.
Nice.
I had one once. Didn't really like it.
Well, you're gonna have another one now. And also, it's fucking cold as well.
People love them though. It's a cult following.
It is.
Yeah.
And what it's got is it's breaded pollock, it's tartar sauce, and it's processed cheese.
Still make it sound very nice.
Hold
though,
on.
don't you? How do you do that?
Poetic. So, you know what I was saying before about how you can have a congruent pairing or a contrasting pairing?
Yes, indeed.
I'm going to exemplify those both for you now. The first one we're going to do is a congruent pairing. Pouligny Montrachet from Burgundy, from the Côte de Beaune, and this is famous for being oak aged. Have a butcher's on this. First have a swirl, have a sniff, and what I want you to try and think of is butter, particularly like buttered toast. And it might take you a few like sips, getting your nose really in there to really get it out. But I think, or think about just breaking open a croissant, like that sort of smell straight away.
The best smells.
It is. I used to work in craft beer.
Oh, nice.
So we used to make a lot of saisons.
Saison, what's a saison?
Saisons are very like yeasty. It's a very specific kind of yeast.
So we're going for a congruent pairing here. So let's have a little go on this. God, it's fucking rubbery, isn't it? Right, I'll take this side.
Yeah, certainly.
I need to pour myself a glass of this. Cheers.
Yeah, go on. You pour yourself a
Pouligny Montrachet.
Pouligny Montrachet.
Grand Cru. That is it's not as bad as people think. That was a much maligned...
Get my post-workout protein in.
I haven't done any workout and I'm about to eat 20,000 calories here. Butter on butter is what we're going for there. That's a congruent pairing. What are you thinking?
It's really, it does. It exemplifies the butteriness, the batter of the fish.
Yeah, and white burgundy and fish and chips, good pairing, pretty solid. Next, I'm going to show you...
I really like that.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, so
It's not cold.
Briar Ridge Semillon from the Hunter Valley. This is super interesting wine. So Hunter, I don't need that. Hunter Valley is a very cool place because it's in many ways terrible to grow wine. It's really hot, it's really humid, and the vines are under huge disease pressure when you do that because you get loads of humidity under the leaves, they get moldy, and you lose a lot of yield that way. So what they do is they harvest early. So instead of allowing the wines to get overripe, develop too much sugar, and then create a very unbalanced wine. They harvest early in the season, which means you get searing acidity, but still with the complexity of the fruit flavors that these grapes would have gone on to develop. So what I'm hoping here is you're gonna see the other type of food pairing. So this should be like top acidity, grassy herbaceous flavors. So where this is like stone fruit, Amalfi lemon, this should be like grass, green apple, high acidity, cut through the tartar sauce. So what I can do for you here is if you take a sip and you just allow your mouth to start salivating, you'll realise that on a high acid wine, your mouth will produce more saliva.
It's almost instant. My tongue feels like it's more wet than...
Yeah, imagine like chewing onto a lemon. Like your mouth will start producing saliva. It was quite a pleasant sensation when you're eating food with it as well. Which do you prefer?
Ooh. Well, this is just like bold and bright, and it feels like my mouth is just swimming in butter. But this one is like, why am I so juicy right now? You know?
Yeah. I'm
wet for this.
Yeah. Same.
Sensational.
I think this is a fantastic wine. Personally, I think this is the better pairing.
This is nice. It's clever, but I actually prefer this one because I'm a man of
Flashy
excess.
geezer. Yeah. A greedy geezer.
I'm not a minimalist,
Nice.
and so I like the party in my mouth.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm actually going to go for the... How'd you say it?
Pouligny Montrachet.
I like to trash it.
chicken
so
nuggets.
lucky today to have bumped into you. This is so nice. I was thinking like, oh, how am I going to enjoy myself after my workout, my morning bit of work.
Right.
My partner's working till 9. Got the
Oh,
day,
really?
you know, enjoy myself.
Well, at some point, we are going to have to ask you to leave.
Part of the team now, actually.
Okay.
I'm staying.
Big Mac, Big Mac, Big Mac. Fun fact about the Big Mac, it used to be called the double stack and it didn't have the patty in the middle. Patty in the middle was an incredible innovation because it stopped the bun from like sliding out when you bit it.
So it was.
This is purely hygiene because it was just patty. And when you held onto it,
You mean the bun in the middle?
the bun in the middle,
The
yeah,
bun
the
in
middle. What did I say?
You said the patty in the middle. Who would have thought putting a patty in a burger?
The triple patty.
Fun. Do you want another fun fact about burgers?
Oh, go on. Go.
Did you actually know that the inventor, the man who brought burgers to North Korea was Kim Jong-un?
I always thought he was a good guy.
And yeah, he's a great guy, and he called it the two bread meat.
Two bread meat.
Such an innovator.
That is good.
That does make sense.
Shout out Kim,
Yeah, my guy.
my
If
guy.
you're watching, like and subscribe. Big Mac. What's going on here? You got two patties, a lot of protein, a lot of umami. The Big Mac sauce is what made the pairing tough, right? Because nobody knows what's in the Big Mac sauce. It's guarded very tightly. Anyway, I did some research on the internet and I found out it's some description of kind of mustard, white wine vinegar, sweet pickle relish, and mayonnaise, and a bit of garlic and onion powder. So you got something that's umami, savory, but also something that is tangy. I wasn't sure what to do. And so when you're not sure what to do, just go for a fucking big, tannic red wine.
Is that what you do just whenever you don't know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Just whenever life hits you with a curveball.
Whenever I'm confused. I've gone for Penfold St Henry Shiraz. This runs you about £90 a bottle. It's Aussie Shiraz, so it's grown in a hot climate, which means it's jammy, it's peppery, it's high alcohol, 14.5%, and this is also unoaked, which means you're gonna get super fruity flavors coming through. It's gonna be fruit forward, bloody hell. Woo! This is gonna only the first menu.
The white sheet was brave.
Yeah. Have a swirl of the Penfolds. Cheers, dude.
Gosh, that is pretty.
Yeah. Blackberry, black
I'm
pepper.
not a big fan of my tannins. Yeah.
It's a nice wine. It's quite simple. Have a butcher's on the Big Mac.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get some ASMR in there.
I've messed this up. I'm just gonna go in, actually, lads.
I reckon you
Rip
take a
it.
bite.
I'm actually gonna go in, lads.
I mean, so
Messing around. Bush.
yeah, that's bush.
Ooh. I feel like I'm having a barbecue on Bondi Beach. Do you know what I mean?
It is nice, isn't it, for an
Flavours.
October?
It's bringing out that red meat a bit more, isn't it?
For the meat, so this is for the Big Mac sauce. So for your meat, I've gone for Casanova di Neri, Brunello di Montalcino.
Should have finished all these.
Okay, so Brunello di Montalcino is a super noble wine made from Sangiovese in Tuscany. And Sangiovese is a very tannic, very acidic wine. Both of those things mean that the wine is quote unquote structured and it can age for a very long time. The reason why I've gone for an aged tannic wine with the Big Mac is because tannins in wine, they bind to the saliva in your mouth. They bind to the protein in the saliva in your mouth, which is why it dries out. So the tannins come in, they bind to the protein in your saliva, and you immediately feel like you've got a dry mouth. Now, that's why if you eat food with high protein levels, the tannins will bind to the protein in the food instead, and you won't get that dry mouth sensation. Instead, you will just be able to pick up a lot of the nuance in the Big Mac. Cheers.
Cheers, Johnny.
I'll be drunk.
So, straight away, compared to the Henry Shiraz, can you feel the tannins? it's immediately like biting up all the saliva in your
A
mouth.
lot of earthiness though.
Yeah, it's a super earthy wine. It's aged 12 months in oak.
Much prefer this one. Just brings out the earthiness.
No, my mind's made up. The Henry Shiraz is better than that. As a pairing, this is a better wine. As a pairing, the Henry Shiraz. This burger's walking all over that.
I don't think it's quite the meat that you're after when you're enjoying this kind of thing.
Yeah, I think the Big Mac sauce is so like tangy, and it's so dominating of the burger. I think you want the Henry Shiraz. Would you agree?
I agree. I feel like, as I said, the first pairing, I'm on a beach in Bondi. I'm getting lots of joy out of that pairing. Whereas this,
Cristal and the
I feel like
nuggets.
I'm lost in Italy. I was looking for truffles, but now I don't know who I am and it's raining. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. So, your last one.
I want another one.
This is your final one.
Woohoo! We made it.
Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of your plate.
Ooh.
Do you know what's fucked up?
That's lasted pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I bought this hours ago, and you can tell there's not a single bit of actual ice cream in it. The fact that it's still ice creamy.
I'm blessed.
Yes. So ice cream is relatively hard to pair with wine. The reason being is that sweetness increases the perception of acidity in wine. So most wines, straight off the bat, will taste too acidic with sweet stuff. So what you need to go with ice cream is you either need sweet stuff or really full-bodied stuff that can stand up on its own. Especially something with Mcflurry, tons and tons of sugar in it. You're either going to need a very sweet wine or a very big wine. What you're opening there is a Condrieu, which is a Viognier wine that's from the Northern Rhone, the spiritual home of Viognier.
It's a beautiful bottle. How much will this set me back?
I think that cost me 30 quid. But it's expensive stuff. Like good Condrieu will be about 30 quid. And Condrieu is high alcohol, it's very aromatic, and it's low acidity. And what that means is it should be a match made in heaven with this ice cream. It's got all of the building blocks. It's high alcohol, it's fruity, and it's low acidity.
Okay.
So
What should we go for first? The wine? Let's go for the wine.
I think go for the wine, yeah, because then you can really appreciate it. Condrieu is like a rare pleasure for me. I think Viognier is such a nice grape. Ooh. It's high alcohol.
Oh, that's different.
How much is that? 14.5% for a white wine.
It definitely tastes like dessert.
Should we do a little cross spoons situation for the Mcflurry?
Oh, please. Oh, we go for ourselves.
Oh, I think that's good.
Oh, that's Moorish.
Is it still cold?
Yeah,
And
is
that
Moorish.
high alcohol, for me, is just like resetting my palate between each gasp of Mcflurry. That's a good pairing, isn't it?
It's almost like creating like a champagne-esque
Clear
effervescence.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
I think that's pretty good stuff. Okay, your final pairing today.
Please,
Hold that.
no more. Lies.
Brochetto is a light, low alcohol, sweet-ish wine from Piedmont, sparkling red wine. And the reason I've gone for this, almost for exactly the opposite of the reason why I went for the Condrieu, is because I think this is going to be like a strawberry syrup over your McFlurry. So again, we've gone for congruency and contrasting. This is to reset. This is to pair. So have a slurp of your Brochetto. Tell me what you think. I think sparkling red wines are seriously maligned.
Oh.
This is fucking good, isn't it?
And
And that's
often
cheap.
you get a good one.
So sparkling red wines are cheap. This is 5.5%, so it's sweet. Whenever you see low alcohol wine, it basically means sweet because it means that the sugar has not converted to alcohol.
Got ya.
So this is like a sweet wine pairing.
Oh,
this is
that's
more classic.
lovely.
Very classic pairing.
Oh,
I think that's good. Yeah, that's better. Strawberry syrup. over a lovely McFlurry.
Like a kid again.
Yeah, it's good,
Like
isn't
I'm
it?
getting a 99.
But it's a you're a
quid.
sophisticated kid.
I'm a sophisticated
You're a rich
child.
kid.
I'm a...
This is what the rich kids were doing. They were drinking Brichetto and eating.
When the man
eating
pulls
McFlurry.
up in the ice cream van, he's like, "Yes, I'll have a sparkling red, please,
Brichetto.
with my
Brichetto
99.
d'Alba.
Would you like a flake? Fuck off." Oh,
That's good. That's bloody good, isn't it? Actually.
that's amazing. That's actually changed my perception of what I'm going to do now. In terms of dinner parties.
Oh, nice. So, what are we going
That's
for?
really
The
nice.
the Condria or the Brichetto?
I don't think there's really much competition. I've got a sweet tooth,
Nice, yeah.
and I get what this is doing. I get it. You got a pairing menu. You're going for it, but sometimes being bold and brash, boldness has magic in it. They say,
Cheers
and I think.
to that sentiment. Well, look, Elliot, thank you so much. I
Thank you,
think
Johnny.
what we've built there is a pretty nice wine flight. So, what you've got is you've got Cristal Champagne and McNuggets. You've got Pouligny Montrachet and fillet of fish. You've got St Henry Shiraz and Big Mac, and then you're finishing off with a Brichetto de Cuy with a Oreo McFlurry.
I mean, of course.
And I think that
You're telling me you don't go into McDonald's with these 4 balls of wine?
yeah, and you run through this whole thing will cost you about £600. And you would have spent about
And that's
15
just
quid
on
on
nuggets.
food.
Amazing.
But Elliot, thank you so much for being
Thank you,
sporting.
Johnny, for making my day.
Um,
really, what a surprise.
What's the most interesting thing you learned today?
What's the most interesting thing? Always accept free food and wine.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Always jump in an opportunity to be on a great experience like this. And I think, pairing food and wine doesn't always have to be so complex.
Doesn't have to be scary.
Doesn't
Like
have to be
you can be
scary, you
experimenting.
can
You
just
can be fun.
Make some bold, fun choices.
Yeah.
And it really does make your mouth happy.
Nice, dude. Well, thank you very much, and have a good day.
Johnny, you too. Enjoy.
Bush.